welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to go over with you kind of my favorite, or in my opinion, the best drugstore loose powders, translucent powders, that is. And I'm going to go over with my favorite, and then I'm going to go to the second and the third favorite. I have obviously three that I'm sharing with you today, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. The first one that is my absolute favorite is going to be the Maybelline Master Fix. This is the Setting and Perfecting Loose Powder. It says it sets, mattifies, blurs, smooths, and fixes. I don't know about the blurring or the smooth of it, but I will say that it is a super fine powder, and it's really, it's not super powdery at all. It's actually, out of the three that I'm going to be talking about, it is the least powdery when you're setting and everything, and it is very translucent, I will say, and it does last for a very long time. It's really good for setting or baking underneath the eye area, and it's really just good at setting the whole face, really. It's a really great option, and it's perfect for when you want something that lasts for a long time, that doesn't look too cakey or anything like that. I hate when I have a powder that you put it on, you're like, instantly it looks cakey, and you're like, really? Now I gotta take my whole face off? But that one does not do that at all. It's pretty thin, just a slight bit of powderiness, like in the air, not too bad. The second one is going to be the NYC. This is the Smooth Skin Loose Face Powder. This one is also translucent. This one, I will say, it's still super fine. Not necessarily as fine as the Maybelline Master Fix. It's fine, but it's more powdery. So when you apply it, you will see that poof of like smoky powder like in the air and stuff. So this one is a lot more powdery consistency. It does do just as good a job as the Master Fix, in my opinion, and really is really comparable to the Laura Mercier. The Master Fix is comparable to the Laura Mercier setting powder as well. But for the price, like this one's like $3, I think. And anyway, it's just a little bit more powdery. It's not too cakey or anything like that. It's a little bit more cakey or thicker than the Master Fix, but it's still a really great option. And for setting the under eyes, maybe not necessarily for baking, because it is a little bit thicker and powderier. But for just setting the under eye, just normally and all over the whole face, it's a really great option from the drugstore. In my opinion, and for the price, like who can beat $3? And it does really last quite a long time and keeps you looking great and flawless. The third one that I'm going to be talking about is one that most people obviously like too. It's talked about a lot, and it's the Airspun Loose Face Powder. This is the original one. They have other ones, but this one is actually in Naturally Neutral, which is supposed to be like the lightest shade, kind of like closest to translucent. It does have a little bit of color to it. It's not too much, but this one is also super powdery. So if you don't like that, you're not going to really like this one. Also, this one does have a smell to it. Some people really don't like smells, or you know, can't stand them, but this one smells sort of like, I don't know, like your grandma's powder, kind of like an old lady. But if you don't mind that type of smell or don't mind smells, then you will probably love this one. It's really a great option from the drugstore as well. It's just more powdery. That's why I prefer the Master Fix, as it's my #1 favorite, just because it's not as powdery as these ones. But this one isn't necessarily cakey or anything either. It's a little bit more cakey than the Master Fix, but not really. It's super fine as well, just a lot more powdery comes out, just like the NYC one. It's a bit more powdery when you apply it. But other than that, all three of these are really great options from the drugstore and really super affordable, except for I think the Master Fix was like $10. I think this one is the most expensive one out of these. The Airspun, I think, is $6.99 or $7.99. And then the NYC one is like $3. So, I mean, you can't really beat it. All of these are pretty super affordable still, even though it's like $10 for the Master Fix. It's a really great option. Comment down below if you guys have tried any of these or even all of them, and which one is your favorite, and what you liked and didn't like about them. And don't forget to like and subscribe before leaving, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.